we'll be discussing simple interest, which is basically interest charged on borrowings that's calculated using original principal amount only, and an interest rate that never changes. It always remains constant. So for year one, let's write the value cash as 1,000. Interest is going to be 1,000 multiplied by 23%. So it's 230. The total is going to be 1,000 plus 230, which is eventually equals to 1230. Interest amount always remains constant, so we'll write 1,000 over here and 1,000 over here as well because it's not going to change. And we'll get our value as 230 for year 2, 230 for year 3. The total interest is 690 for 3 years, and principal amount is 1,000, and total is 1690. The total is 1690. This is simple interest. The interest amount always remains constant. The formula for simple interest is principal amount into 1 plus R times T. Okay, so compound interest. What is compound interest? Yeah, the formula for compound interest is present value into 1 plus R to the power n. And basically, compound interest, the interest amount changes over the passage of time. It is the interest that one earns on interest. This can be illustrated with a basic example. If you have $100 and it earns 5% interest each year, you will have 105 at the end of first year. At the end of second year, you will have 110.25. So this is interest over interest. You earn interest on interest. So in this case, our principal amount is 1,000. Interest is going to be multiplied by 23%, which is 230. This is eventually equals to 1230. Second year, the principal amount is going to be 1230. Basically, you'll be earning interest on 1230. 1230 multiplied by 23%, and this is going to be equal to 1513. Right, 1513 over here. We'll do 1513 multiplied by 23%, which is 348. This is 1861. Cash amount is 1,000, interest is 230, total will be 1230. For second year, it's going to be 1230 multiplied by 23%, which is 283. Then for third year, the total amount is 1513. We'll charge interest on 1513, which is 348, and it should be equal to 1861. Okay, now let's discuss how do we calculate how do we calculate, how do we do discounting? Compute 3 years discounted cash flow with given back if the required rate of return is back is 12%, period is 3 year, you have year 1, year 2, year 3, the cash amount is 1000, and we have to calculate present value. So the formula for present value should be okay. So what we'll do over here is we will do cash into 1 plus r to the power negative n. Let's try this. Cash, the principal amount into 1 plus r to the power minus 1. So we get 893. 893 will be the present value. The formula is principal amount into 1 plus r to the power minus 1. Then for second year, we'll do 893 as our principal amount. Present value is going to 893 into multiply by 1 plus r to the power minus 1, which will be 797. 797. Then for third year, we will do 797 multiply by 1 plus r power 3 minus 2, which is eventually equals to negative 1, 712. So we get our present value for the third year as 712. A firm is making 5 people redundant in the below severance packages and annual salary cost. Compute the payback period. Acha. So the total severance is 470 and the annual cash flow is 150. Severance basically means action of ending a connection or ending a connection. Severance pay is compensation that the company provides to an employee when their employment ends, typically because of layoff, downsizing, or even retirement. So they are making 5 people redundant. और अगर इन 5 लोगों को redundant किया जाता है तो बेसिकली जो उनको पे करना पड़ेगा वो टोटल 470 पे करना पड़ेगा और जो सैलरी बचेगी वो 150 बचेगी. तो बेसिकली हम ये कह सकते हैं हमारा जो कैश इनफ्लो होगा वो 150 है और कैश आउटफ्लो हमारा 470 है. अब इसको हमें अटेम्प्ट करना है तो सबसे पहले तो मैं कैश आउटफ्लो लिख लेता हूँ नेगेटिव 470 और सेविंग हम कितनी कर रहे हैं 150 150 150 एंड 150. अगर इसका क्यूमुलेटिव निकालें तो ये कितना आएगा प्लस 150 320. इसी तरह इसका आ जाएगा 150 क्योंकि सेकेंड ईयर में आपका कोई कैश आउटफ्लो नहीं है. थर्ड ईयर में भी 150, फोर्थ ईयर में भी 150 और फिफ्थ ईयर में भी 150. अब मुझे डिस्काउंटेड वैल्यू निकालनी है तो डिस्काउंटेड वैल्यू निकालने का क्या तरीका होगा. डिस्काउंटेड वैल्यू निकालने का बेसिकली ये तरीका होगा कि हम करेंगे प्रेजेंट वैल्यू इंटू 1 प्लस आर. आर हमारे पास कितना है. आर हमें गिवन है एज 12%. 12 to the power 2 minus 1 is equals to 1, so negative 1, because हमने discounted cash flow निकाल 12%, 150 into multiply by 1 plus R 1 plus R to the power negative 1. So हमारे पास आ गया 134. इसी तरह से इसका निकालते हैं, equals to 150 to 1 plus okay, so we can do equals to 150 multiplied by 1 plus R. R is basically 12%, 12% to the power 3 minus 3 minus 1, which is 2, negative 2. So we get 120. And for fourth year, we will do 150 multiplied by 1 plus R, 12% bracket close to the power 4 minus 1, which is negative 3. And for the last year, we'll do similarly 150 into 1 plus 1 plus R to the power negative 4. We get 95 as our discounted cash flow. Now, if I want to calculate accumulated cash flow, I would simply do negative 320 for the first year, and for the second year, plus negative 186. Then for the third year, we'll do we'll get 66. Then for the fourth year, so technically we are doing break even in between 3 and 4 years. Now I want to calculate payback period. So for payback period, the formula is annual cash flow divided by cash outflow divided by cash inflow. So cash outflow is basically 470 and annual cash inflow is 150. So payback period is going to be 3.13. If I want to calculate it in months, I'll do 66 divided by 107 multiply by 12. Multiply by 12. I'll get 7.4, which means 3 years and 7 months. 3 years, 7 months. That's how we are going to solve this. So we have calculated the discounted cash flow, we have calculated net cash flow, and we have done payback period.